Right now, we're taking a live look at Enterprise Center where the Blues will take the ice tonight. They're taking on the Dallas Stars at 7 o'clock. It's a preseason game, but the regular season is right around the corner. Game 1 is just 10 days from right now. And to get us ready, the voice of the team is in the house this morning, the one and only Chris Kerber. Good morning, my friend.
Rennie, I'm good. How are you?
I'm swell.
Rush hour traffic is something unique for a broadcaster that works at night.
I know the feeling, but usually I'm going that way. Traffic's going this way. How excited are you for this upcoming season with the Blues?
I'm extremely excited. You know, you guys showed that shot, and it had that great-looking banner on the east side of the building. And whether you're getting off the highway or coming from another angle, you know it's the home of the Blues. And I'll tell you what, like watching camp this year, we've had a few preseason games already, have another one tonight. Sold out Saturday night preseason game last Saturday night. Another great crowd expected tonight. I mean, the fans are excited, and I think this team's going to be pretty doggone good.
All right,
it's going to be exciting.
That's saying a lot. That's saying a lot.
Yeah, it's right.
But of course, it starts with the man on the bench that's leading this team, Coach Montgomery. What does he bring to St. Louis that makes you think, oh, he can get this done?
Track record.
Okay.
Credibility.
Okay.
And an extremely personable coach. The coaches that I have seen be most successful, you know, especially with the St. Louis Blues, they have this personal side to them that finds a way to connect. Now, it could be different. Ken Hitchcock's way of connecting very different than Joel Quenneville's, right? Very different than Jim Montgomery's. But there's there's a Craig Berube-like connection that Jim Montgomery has too. Straightforward, honest, lays it out there, and just says, give me the best. And I have one player, for example, as we look at him right there. You're looking at Pavel Buchnevich, and he can come down on the end of the bench and just absolutely chew your butt up. He goes, but then he'll look at you and say, hey, I could have made that play, and it makes you laugh. So he's relatable, and literally the moment the Blues brought him in, right around Thanksgiving last year, you knew. There was a different vibe.
Okay. I like him because he's bold.
Me too.
He's in the club. You know what I mean?
You know what? And for those that really don't like the word bald, we call it follically challenged.
Oh.
Yeah. But no, bald works. I'm
I like
straightforward.
that. Well, I say bald with me because I choose this hair, right? Because I think I still can grow some.
Okay, so I did. Like I still have Chia Pet potential, right? I do. But I tried about 2 years ago. I said, look, I haven't grown it out in a while. Why don't I grow this out? And then when I started to have to do the comb over again, I go, oh yeah, that's why I got rid of it.
That explains it.
No.
When it comes to this upcoming season, the two Jordans, Kyrou and Binnington, how important will those two guys be?
Well, they're actually critical. In starting goal, Jordan Binnington. I believe if there's only three goalies in my book. If you say I can take any goalie in the league and I need to win a winner-take-all Game 7, right? You're taking Binnington, you're taking Vasilevsky, or you're taking Bobrovsky. But this year with the condensed schedule, because there's a 2.5-week break due to the Olympics in February, there's a bunch of games early, and then there's 23 games after. Managing the workload is going to be key. So it's the combination of what Binnington is and Joel Hofer. And the Blues, I believe, have a top 5 tandem in the National Hockey League with these two guys. You put that with this experienced defensive group, the extension to Cam Fowler, paired up with Colton Parayko, Broberg doing what he's doing, a healthy Dylan Holloway back. But Jordan Kyrou's led the team, in goals the last couple of years. This is a guy that has the ability to put up an 80 to 90-point season. And as the depth has continued to get better for the Blues, that's going to make that happen. I thought Jordan Kyrou had a really good year last year. But in the end, the top guy forward-wise, Robert Thomas is your number one center. And much like the way Ryan O'Reilly led this team for 4 or 5 years, it's now Robert Thomas's time on the ice for that.
There's the one guy, and his name escapes me right now, who always likes to fight. And I didn't think he would be a fighter, but he gets down low all the time at fights. And
Nathan Walker.
Yes.
The Australian.
I mean, he doesn't look like a guy I think would be locking up, but man.
He actually has a line of clothing. And the logos are upside down because he's from Australia. So you got to look at that. Listen, this guy's great. And he signed a new 2-year contract extension a couple weeks ago. Teammates love him. Great personality. He did there's a social media feature where he went up to a bunch of kids in Australia in a hockey camp he was running, and he brought all this Blues gear for them, and he was asking all the kids, who's your favorite player? Well, it was right at the height of the Stanley Cup final. Here's Nathan Walker saying, who's your favorite player? And they're saying, oh, Connor McDavid,
Kachuk.
Kachuk, these guys, and he's like, how about Nathan Walker? He's great. But here's the thing: he's had to fight, claw, and scrap for everything he's had. He's the ultimate teammate. Like, he epitomizes what it means to be a St. Louis Blue.
Yeah, I was about to say that. He
fun.
seems like he is what the Blues are meant to be.
He's just
capsulized in one person.
hardworking, go get it, dig in, fight for your teammate. Just happy to be here, guy.
Right. Well, I'm excited for some hockey, and with the weather that we have right now, can't wait to be sitting near the ice, too.
I'm okay.
Cool us off.
Listen, I'm okay with 60 in the morning and 90 in the afternoon, because eventually these rinks are going to get a little cold.
Oh, you know that.
Yeah.
Chris, thank you so much,
Okay,
and
Randy.
best of luck to you.